Hi crocheters of the world, in this tutorial we will work together on this vintage 20s hat with asymmetrical brim. I used about 100 grams of yarn and a crochet hook number of 4 millimeters. So this is it. I used 3 stitches, but you will see in the tutorial. So let's see, as I said before, to work this hat, I'm using tube cotton light from Ice Yarn from my site, so it's magicogomitolo.yarnshopping.com, and it's below this tutorial. You have the link of actually the yarn. It's to be worked with 3 to 4 millimeters hook. Actually, I'm working with 4 millimeters hook, US 3/6. It's light or 3, and it's 66% cotton, 34% polyamide, and the color is a kind of beige. It's a kind of gray beige, gray light brown. Okay, very nice and fine color. Now what I want to say, it's a very just perfect yarn for hats and bags. That's why I choose it. I really love it. Okay, now it comes in packs of 30 grams, so we have 1, 2 and 3, and it is just perfect, just enough for a hat and a bag that we will work together. So let's see how to work. We begin with the magic loop, and we just want to work a chain to block it. And now yarn over, insert hook around, and we have 3 loops on the hook. I will work the half double crochet like this. Pull the first through the second, and now yarn over and pull through 2. So again, yarn over, insert hook, 3 loops on the hook, pull the first through the second, and yarn over, pull through 2. The first through the second, and yarn over, pull through 2. The first through the second, and yarn over, pull through 2. And this is how we will continue on for 10 times. So we must have 10 half double crochets, work like this all around for this very first round. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And we just want to close, and we don't insert hook, we don't join. We need a marker. Into the second round, we will work in each stitch of our first round an increase. So from 10 we will have 20 stitches. Insert hook directly into the very first stitch and work your first half double crochet of the second round, and also put the marker into it, so we know that this is the first. And into the same stitch we will work 1 more, and this is my very first increase. Now we will go on all around and put an increase into each stitch for a total of 20. From the third round we will follow a algorithm, really easy, to create the crown of the hat. And we will just continue on like this all around with 2 half double crochets into each half double crochet of the previous round for a total of 20. Obvious that we have 10 into the first round, so if we increase into each of these stitches we will have 20. Okay, now I am working into the last, my increases. This is what I have now. let me show you how we will work by ourselves, because it's really easy for the rest of the crown. So I said into the first we have 10, okay, into the second 20. From the third we will increase by 10 stitches, so we will add 10 stitches in each round like this. This is the algorithm. So 1 half double crochet and 1 increase we will work. This is a sequence to be repeated for 10 times. Into the fourth we will have 40, and we will work 2 half double crochets plus 1 increase, of course 10 times. Then 3 half double crochets and 1 increase. So at each 3 half double crochet we put an increase for 10 times for 50 stitches, and so on. Just copy this on, write it down on a piece of paper, and you will have it. You will mark each round as done when you finish it, so you will know always where you are. Okay, I will continue on working like this. Just let me show you how to begin a new round. So I take off the marker, and now in this third round, insert hook into the first, work 1 half double crochet, and always after you work the very first, just put the marker into it, so you will know where you are. Okay, and then it says 1 half double crochet and into the next 1 increase. So I put my increase, and this is what I will repeat 9 times more. So 1 half double crochet and 1 increase. Okay, and this is how I will continue on following my algorithm. I finished the the crown of the head for the circumference of a adult woman. So it's, and I completed my 10 rounds, which means the last round was the 10th, and I worked 8 half double crochets plus 1 increase 10 times for 100 stitches, 100 half double crochets. And this is the crown of the head. Now if you want it shorter, smaller or larger, you can just continue on with 2 rounds more or less, depends on the size that you want. So now I will just continue on to work on my 100 half double crochets around, just to go on straight. And don't forget to put the marker into each of your first round stitch of the round of each round, so you will know where is the end and the beginning actually. So I will just take off my marker and go on and work 1 half double crochet into each of my stitch. Of course, into this first I will put again the marker, and I will just continue on. I will be back to show you how many rounds you have to complete, and of course what's next to complete the pattern, to complete your hat. I completed the headband, just a half, let's say, so it must be just at the level of the ear. Okay, I also put here a marker, so I can count, and I know how many rows I completed without increases. So from where I finished with the crown of the head. And now I will show you the pattern stitch that we will put. Okay, so let's see how to work. This is my last half double crochet, insert hook into the next and single crochet and into the next and slip stitch to level. Okay, now chain 5, yarn over, and we skip 2. If you don't have a multiple of 3, even I don't, I have 100 stitches. 99 is a multiple of 3, so I will just, because we need a multiple of 3 for this stitch, I will just keep 3 instead of 2 one time, okay, and then we'll be okay. so don't worry. Now 1, 2, I insert hook into this one, so I skipped actually, and I work a puff stitch. 1, 2 and 3. Now keep like this with your finger and pull through all, insert hook here and single crochet, yarn over. From here where we began, skip 2 into the third, work a double crochet, chain 2, come back now where you worked, where you began, and work your puff stitch. 1, 2, so where you work your chain 5. Keep like this, pinch the yarn with your finger while passing it through puffs and insert hook through it and single crochet. Okay, now this is my double crochet. I will skip 2, insert hook into the next, work a double crochet, chain 2, yarn over where I worked my second to last double crochet. Now I am ready to work my puff. 2 and 3. Pinch like this, yarn over, pull through all and keep it like this so you can create a loop. Oops, insert hook in that loop, pull up another loop, yarn over, pull through 2. This is the last double crochet, skip 2 into the third, work 1 double crochet, chain 2, where you work the last double crochet, it's here, and here you will work, go back and work your puff. Now this is how we will continue on all around. I will show you how to finish, to end this round, and then with this pattern stitch we will work one more. 1, 2 into the third, work a double crochet. So this is what we have. This is how we will continue on. So I almost finished my row. I worked my last puff, and this is the double crochet that I worked exactly where I began. And now to join, I will just search for my chain 5, beginning chain 5, insert hook into the third, and yes, slip stitch to join. Now to begin another round, we will just turn our work and we go to the right. We will actually go here into the chain 2 like this, and we kind of try to slip stitch in the middle, and again the same thing, 3, 4, 5, yarn over, insert hook in the chain 2 space. Now we have the chain 2 space and it's easier, and we work our first puff stitch, yarn over. Now we go to the left into the next chain 2 space, we work the first double crochet, chain 2, and now we go back exactly where we slip stitched, and it's here that we work our next puff stitch. I have a tutorial on actually how to work this stitch, so I will put the link below. Now we will skip the double crochet and into the very next chain 2 space, work 1 double crochet and chain 2, and we go back exactly where we work the second to last. So we skip back and forth we go, okay, and we work the next puff stitch. Okay, oh, this is it. We just began with our next round of our stitch. To finish the round, we will work 1 double crochet where we work the puff, chain 2, don't forget to chain 2, and we come back and we finish with the last puff, and 3 like this, and of course again we search for the third chain of the beginning chain 3, slip stitch, turn. I will work one more, turn, and into this chain 2 insert hook, work the slip knot, 4, 5, work your 5 chain and go on with one more round. Look at this beauty. So I finished with my 3 rounds of my puff stitch, and in each of our chain 2 space we will work 3 double crochets, just normal double crochets, and we have the chain 2 spaces, this one chain 2 spaces, and there are 33 all around, so we will have 99 double crochets, but in 6 of these 99 we will work 4 double crochets. So actually randomly I can say in 6 of them we will work 4. Okay, so I already began. I chained 3, I skipped with a slip stitch into the first chain 2 space, and I chained 3 plus 2 double crochets into the first, and I skipped into the next, and into this one. So randomly 6. We must have 6 chain 2 spaces with 4 double crochets. This is my first and this is my second. So randomly when you want to work them. So I skip into the next chain 2 space, which is this one, where I will work 3 again. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then into the next chain 2 space, 2 and 3, and into the next I will work 4, and this is my third. Now I go on with 3. My third, I want to say my third of 6 chain 2 space with 4, but I just want to go on a little bit more. 3, and then to the next, another 1, 2, into the next I work 4. So this is the meaning of randomly, where you think you want to work it. The most important thing is the number, which is 4. So I already have 6, sorry, so I already have 3. I worked with 4, 1, 2, and 3. These are with 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I need to work 3 more, okay, all around till the end. And this is the first actually round of the brim. I finished my first row, and now we will actually work in rows, and I will show you how. Now I count 10 groups, and I put a marker then, and 10 groups on the other side, and I put a marker. We will work like this. First of all, I will chain 1 and turn, and we will work like this. Insert hook into the stitch exactly as I do, and work your first double crochet as a long double crochet like this. 1, and now for the second we insert hook into the first, and then we go out into the second. We pull the yarn over, pull through 1, and this is the long double crochet, pull through 2 and pull through 2. Now we go into the stitch that we just worked in, and then we go out into the stitch that we have to work, and we just continue on like this. Okay, and we will put 2 increases, and to increase we just repeat the same stitch, so the same thing, we insert hook and go out. Okay, and this is my increase, and till I get my marker I will work 1 more increase. So 2 increases. Like this. So stop 5 stitches before the marker, and on these 5 stitches we will work first 2 double crochets, so normal double crochets, not long double crochets, 1 and 2, Then into the next two we will work 2 half double crochets, 1 and 2, and into the last we will just work a single crochet, and we will just want to, I already cut the yarn, we will just want to slip stitch. Can I slip stitch with this little tail here, like this? I slip stitch and chain and cut the yarn. Okay, this is what we have. Just put your marker into the slip stitch so you know where the slip stitch is. And now we will work the same thing on the other side, but we will begin from the marker because we want to be on the same side. Okay, so I will insert hook first into the stitch before the marker, or after the marker actually, so into this one, to work the slip stitch, obvious. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is it. So I will insert hook like this and slip stitch to join actually. And then I will work my single crochet like this. I will work my half double crochet, 1, then again my half double crochet, then double crochet, again 1 more double crochet, and now we go with the long double crochet and with our 2 increases. Don't forget to increase, obvious. 1, and just continue on. So we insert hook into the stitch that we already worked, into the same stitch, and then we go out into the stitch where we want to work the next. And when we increase like this, we work into the same, around the same stitch actually here. Okay, this is my first increase. I need to put 1 more, and I will just continue on to the end exactly the same. I will have exactly the same thing. I finished the row, so the half row, and now don't cut the yarn, just chain 1, work into the very first stitch a long double crochet, like this, and from the second we insert into the first like this from the back side, and then we go into the second and we work it like this. So we kind of work as we worked before, but from the back side, because we want our border here to be on the same side. So now I go into the second and back into the third. It's a back post, but it's maybe easier like this, okay, because we work it on the top of the stitch. So like this, and then like this. We can fold to work it better. You can see we have it. Now till the marker we will also put again 2 increases. So as you can see, it's not difficult, like this and like this. Okay, it's not difficult, so just this is how we go on. And to work our increase, we work like this. Let's say I will put my first here. This is the first stitch, and for the second will be exactly the same. So I work over the first actually, okay, and this is my increase. Okay, now let me go on. I don't know, 3 or 4 stitches to the marker, and then I will show you how to pass them. So I am into the stitch. I have to work into the stitch with the marker. So just want to show you how to pass. I work into this one and into this one. Okay, and then into this and into this, just to pass on the other side. So where we actually finished the row, and then I will continue on this side just as. And on this side I will put 2 more increases. Okay. Just want to show you how to pass, so no one will see. Okay, this is perfect. Okay. Just continue on. We have just 1 more row. Now this is what we have. Will be a little bit on the wrong side, like this, folded. Don't worry, because with the next and the last row we will just put it properly. So yarn over, insert hook like this into the first, so exactly as we did for the first row, actually the halves that we worked. 1, and then we continue on. We don't increase anymore. So this is the last row, and in this last row we just go on and work the stitches as they are. And working like this, we'll get the right direction, as you can see. Okay, so I finished my row, last row, and this is what I have. And I also cut the yarn because, and I put it here in the middle. So this is the left side, right side. I will go to the right, and I have here 1 double crochet, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 rows. So I will go with the crab stitch. This is the first, and go to the right. It's actually the single crochet that we work to the right. That's why it's a crab, because we kind of go on the contrary, on the. Okay, and here on the border I just put some, so I just go on and work some of them. It's not a rule that you can just figure out where to put them to be just perfect, obvious. Okay, now I am almost there. Okay, here it is. And now I will just go on in each of my stitch and work my crab stitch. Now, back. I also, sorry, this is very important, I switched to half measure less. So I worked all with 4, and this is 4.5. So it's very important, because we need to give the final shape, and that's why we work it like this. And I just continue on working in each of my stitch 1 crab stitch. I love this border, this edge. It's actually, there is nothing better, I can say. Okay, so I finished my head. Actually I finished with the crab stitch edge, and I switch from, actually I undid and I changed to 3mm hook. So it's very important that for the shape of the brim, it's very important to use for the crab stitch the smallest size hook that you can use. Okay, so actually with 3 for me was perfect. Then I use the Romanian macrame cord. I work it, the link is below of this, just to create, to put it here for, I don't know, to give a you can put a flower, something, a decoration, something. And that's it. This is my hat. Hope you enjoy. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss another video of mine. And if you want, you can visit my online shop, yarn shop. It's below this tutorial. You have the link, and if you have questions about the yarns, you can just write me on the email that you can find on the home page. See you at the next tutorial. Bye bye.